I'm the host, Mark,
I'm the other host, not Mark, Alex.
and we have joined in studio today. We got a special studio guest. We have
He's a floofer.
Noodle.
He's a good boy.
Noodle.
He's a good
So
boy.
we're gonna learn if this was a terrible idea or a good idea today because I've had him for 6 months now, and this is the first time he's ever been on furniture.
Time flies, man. 6 months.
6 months.
6 months. This dog was not even the size yet 6 months ago.
Well, let's be clear. My dog is 5, but he was emaciated and skinny. He was a rescue. So now he's a healthy pup with a full coat of fur.
Yeah, he's a good boy. He's a good boy.
He is a good boy.
At Chicken Noodle Floof, just in case you didn't know, at Chicken Noodle Floof. Yeah, I'm excited. Today's topic, we're talking about this is a big one. I think it's going to come up a lot, but walking dogs. Walking your dog, walking my dog, walking dogs.
Walking for our 2 dogs is probably drastically different.
It is, and I'm going to put it this way. My previous roommates, they had a lovely pit bull by the name of Pumpkin. Pumpkin, heavy dog, big dog, strong dog. I switched to Terry. I'm like, is this dog? The first couple weeks was a little bit of the like, I pulled a little too hard because I went from walking a heavy dog to Terry. So I did do it for a little where I was this adjustment of like, oh no. Also the adjustment of play. I had to learn how to play different as well. But walks for us, they're difficult now. But when he was a pup, they were a lot easier. Where are you at with with it all?
I started off with, again, like I did no research. I knew I wanted a husky. I knew what I was getting into. Like I don't want to hear anybody in the comments be like, I can't believe like you the husky is the hard. Like I knew I was jumping into the pool on hard mode
Day one.
and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to be more active, and I am way more active.
Like, oh yeah.
Like I've had a Fitbit for 14 years. I am doing double than what I ever did on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
Like I used to have there's a couple friends that like have jobs where they walk, and I would always see their numbers and be like, that's ridiculous. And now they go, yo, what are you doing? So, walking for us is we do every morning. It's a minimum of 45 minutes, but usually it's probably about an hour. And then he's got a middle of the day walk that's an hour. And then at night, minimum like 30 to 45 minutes. And then we do a 11:30 at night. I'm going to go to bed. He's going to go to bed. So we do a loop around the little neighborhood. He will get all his pee, all his poop out, do his thing.
Yeah.
He runs pretty great with me. There's areas on Sunset that he doesn't like. So I actually have to pick him up. And walk him past this.
I gotta see this.
So like in front of the studio, all the way to the Roxy, he's like, I don't want to go.
Oh.
And so I pick him up and we walk him past that area, put him down, and then he's good to go. We've gone through, and I know you get a kick out of this. When we first got him, they gave us like one of the cinch leashes.
Yeah.
Like he would choke himself out. And so we stopped using that.
Mm-hmm.
And because also it just felt like it was never like secure. Like he would like want to like back out of it.
Yeah.
And figure it out. So then we got like, everybody gets like the Freedom harness.
Okay.
And that's like the no pull one. And what it does is it has a little cinch in the back.
Oh, yeah. Pulls from the chest, right?
Yeah. So you can clip it to the back or the chest. That did better. But honest to God, he walks best with the leash attached to his collar.
Yeah.
And he rarely pulls on the collar.
That's so weird.
With the harnesses, he pulls like crazy. Husky. With the cinch like choker thing, like pulls like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Collar, nothing.
Man.
And then so like I'm embarrassed to say, as someone like I'm sure you're going through the same thing, and we'll talk about that. Is like I bought something off of a Facebook ad. So like I got
Oh.
nailed by like Facebook ads,
Your
and there was
dog did that to you though.
well there was a leash that was like, hey, check out this leash. And I was like, oh, cool. So it's got like a loop here and then a loop halfway down. I was like, okay, that's good. And then they're like, you want to be able to run with your dog. It's got a like a shoulder strap and it has a like a really tough connection.
Yeah.
Um, and then you can disconnect it. I love that thing.
Yeah.
Like I was
Yeah.
like, oh, this is gonna be a dumb Facebook ad purchase, and I'm just gonna get dog shit for like the rest of days. And I was like, ah, it was a good purchase.
Yeah. That's so funny. That's so funny. Now I've yet to buy anything off of an ad.
Yeah.
Period. Period. Is he asleep?
I think he's yeah, he's out.
That's great. This would be a quick episode for him then. Which I just learned, super segue, the fact that he knows when we're done with our call signs outside, and like the clear one is hilarious.
Yeah. So for those who don't know, like we own a podcast studio, and we're not usually the subjects on podcasts, but it always surprises
Yeah.
anybody when they come in and they see a husky in the studio. Like, is he gonna go bonkers? And he's actually pretty non-vocal at all. He just comes in during an episode. He sleeps, and when we yell CLEAR
Yeah.
at the end of an
Yeah,
episode,
he's up and at it.
he is like, okay, it's time to play with the people.
Yeah.
And so like right now he's listening to a podcast and being like passed out on the couch.
Yeah. So it's nice to know that he's comfy. But yeah, sorry.
So going back to walks.
Yeah, back to walks. But yeah, so Terry's pretty straightforward, man. He, when we first got him, loves walks. There was not enough walking we could have done with him. I would take him on big walks. We do like these big 3-mile walks for him. And again, 8 pounds. For me, the morning walk is not enough. So when we do go on runs, it's not really enough either, because he's done by like 3 minutes in. So sometimes I have to like pick him up and run him home or whatever the thing may be. So he's not really that kind of a dog anymore. He was when we first got him, and now he's like calculated. He's like, it's cold outside, I'm gonna poop quick.
So I have the opposite problem. So this dog loves the rain.
Mm.
And he has a double coat.
The fluffiest.
So when it's raining, it doesn't matter rain or shine or whatever, like he's not like it's the same day to him.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
So if it's midnight and it is pouring pitchforks, he's like, "Hey man, this ain't going to be a short walk." So it's like I will throw a raincoat on this guy.
Yeah.
And then it's like, yeah, like I'm going to have to set up a couple towels on the door, dry this guy off.
Yeah, you should see what I look like leaving my apartment when it's raining. I've got the dog in a coat on, because he obviously has a ton of outfits, and we'll talk about that one day.
No boy.
That's going to be a tell-all. He's usually my arm like this, like a football, and then I've got an umbrella that isn't fully opened because it doesn't fit down my pathway at my apartment. So it's like kind of open, and it's just in between here, covering him so he doesn't get wet. And then I go to the only covered part of our parking lot so he doesn't get wet. The one time I did it without his leash, because we have a secured area, the one time I did it without his leash, he pooped and took off in the rain, getting completely soaked before he even got into the apartment. And he's just a little shit. He's just a little shit. He doesn't like any of it.
So do you have any dangers of dog walking?
Honestly, and another big topic I think we'll both have to look into is just, I don't trust a lot of other dog owners. I've lived in my area reluctantly for a good time, and I've been walking dogs in my area for a long time. I kind of am aware of who's got better leadership skills, if that makes sense.
Okay. So one of the things with this guy is he knows to be on the sidewalk. He doesn't run across the street or anything like that. But I think I said it in one of the first episodes. Like
Hmm.
he was a scavenger. He was a stray.
Oh yeah.
So he was having to find food to stay alive for a while,
Hmm.
apparently. So like when we go up our hill, and it's like a 30-minute uphill walk, and steep, there's a lot of construction. So a
Mm.
lot of the construction workers will take their to-go box or whatever, like chicken
Oh,
wings
just
and ribs, and throw them on the side. And if I look at my phone for 1 second, he will grab one and I will hear, oh no, I've got a fish in his mouth, and get it out of his mouth. He is looking for food. And if he has found food in that one spot, he is going to be like, there could be a chicken wing here 80 days from now. Hey, I found a chicken wing here like 5 weeks ago. There could be another one in this exact spot.
man,
Like,
that's
so he will
crazy.
check everywhere he's ever found something, and do that. And I think I told you this story.
Yeah.
Um, there's a walk along Santa Monica Boulevard,
Okay.
like that goes through Beverly Hills. And one of the very first times, like early on having this dog, uh, we were walking along, and I let him sniff stuff. Like, is that bad or is it good? He is way more tired when I let him
Yeah.
just sniff things.
Yeah, that's pretty normal.
So he starts sniffing a crumpled up newspaper, and I think, okay, that's fine, whatever. Until he grabs it, latches on, and I see coming out the sides of his mouth. I go to look at, and it's poop. It's human poop.
Oh, that's right.
And I had to fish it out of his mouth, because luckily I've learned that like he can't walk and eat at the same time.
I guess that's a good thing.
So if he's grabbed something, I continue to walk him about like 6 to 8 more feet, so that I can like figure out my plan of attack before I like jump and grab whatever, open his mouth and fish it out. But this was one of those things where like I opened his mouth and just clearly like it hit me.
Ah,
And oh my God, like get rid of it. It's all over my hands. So I've got the leash on like one arm, and I've got him, and it's all over my fingers. And I'm like, I'm I'm a mile from my car. Like I'm nowhere close. Like what do I do? I have
nah.
poop on my hands, and it's not mine and it's not his. So all I could do was find one of those nearest like water fountains they've got every like 3 blocks. And like I was using my knee to try and like like turn the thing on
Oh
to wash my
no,
hands in the water
Mark.
fountain. And then this dog is like, I want to go. I want to go. And I'm trying to balance on one leg while washing my hands, no soap. And then I was like, oh, okay, let's get to the car. I run to the car like I'm a doctor going into surgery, because I've got the leash on my
Yeah.
elbow. I'm just like, everybody's looking at me like, what's wrong with him? I kid you not. It took like like luckily I was, a couple blocks from home, so I'm able to like kind of drive
Yeah. Yeah.
drive with my wrists. And we get out of there, and like I get home and I let him in the house, and I'm like, drink water, bud. Like
Oh.
just please just get that smell out of you. He had it on his face, so I had to scrub his face, and then like I'm scrubbing my hands with like dish detergent. Dude, it took 15 minutes to get that smell out of my hands.
Oh
'Cause, like,
no.
you just oh my god. And he has found human poop twice.
No, Mark. Noodle, are you okay?
So, luckily, now, like, I see all these people, they walk around, like, looking on their phones.
Yeah.
when they walk their dogs.
Crazy sometimes.
I do not have that luxury.
Man.
Are you able to like look?
I actually that's my music time.
That's your music
I'll
time?
listen to something.
So like when
Him and
I'm
I'll
walking
just
him and
chill.
texting you, like I am doing voice to text.
That makes
because
sense.
I cannot. So anytime you're like, this sentence doesn't make any sense, is because I
Yeah,
cannot
I do.
text.
I think you're the only person I actually send the question mark reaction to ever.
Okay.
That makes sense though.
It's because if I look away for a minute, I might have to deal with human poop.
I bring this story up a lot to you. I haven't had anything like that yet. Anything I've ever had was the Terry tortilla flip.
Tell me the Terry tortilla.
Well, no, we got to just bask in this. I didn't know it was that bad. You told me the story, but man, I didn't know you were like in it. You were deep in it, and I thought you were much closer to home when you told me the story.
No, I was.
Dang.
I could walk to where the walk starts, but it would take 20 minutes to get there.
Okay.
I instead like to he's great in the car, so we just jump in the car. We drive to like the corner where that walk starts, and I can park there.
Yeah.
And then we will go do an hour and a half.
That's crazy. Okay.
And
it.
so
hour
like
and a half playing with the dog. Wow.
So
Lucky
like
you.
I was like, oh man,
lucky you, Mark.
I gotta keep this dog.
I know, Terry. If you're listening and not watching,
yeah, but an hour and a half with my dog would be like 8 hours for your dog in terms of relative size.
Well, what I do a 3-mile walk with him once a month. Like I don't know, it's just it happens. It lines up where like I'm on a big walk. I like to do big walks, but the one time I took on a 3-mile one, he did not play with me. He did not talk to me. He did not even want to go near the leash when I went near it because he's just like, oh, you're the dude who takes me on big walks. Absolutely not. Yeah. So that was tough. It hurt me because like I got a dog hoping to do the whole fetch thing and like run and all that. I still do all of that, just in much shorter amounts of time with him. And then I go finish it afterwards.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then let me ask you this. We'll end this episode, but I want to start a new segment every week. What has your dog eaten off the street this week?
Ooh, you know what? Then I'm saving the Terry tortilla flip.
Okay.
As an intro to what he's eaten this week.
What has your dog eaten off the street this week?
I like it. I can't wait to hear about it.
What has your dog eaten off the street this week?
I thought we were going to save it. Okay.
No, just like.
Yeah, I'm here with you. I'm
a
with
short
you.
one.
No, so Terry ate what looked like an old mushroom off of a pizza. Clearly, someone in my apartment structure threw pizza away. There was sauce and cheese on the floor, so either it didn't make the trash can. He's been sniffing it for a couple of days now because it's in the parking lot and we go through the parking lot. He finally got the mushroom. I'm assuming it was a mushroom at this point, though. I don't know. I don't know. I know he ate it because it's not there anymore.
Let's go through this week. Last night, someone put the butt end of a burrito down next to an area where he likes to pee. So he pretended to pee and then snagged the burrito. I didn't even have a chance.
Damn. I wonder if it was good, though.
This morning, up the hill, someone had thrown a what looked to be like a baby back rib, and he got a piece of it because I was able to get most of it out of his mouth.
And is he just like, because this is how I know Terry ate it. Terry goes, I'm not, like he's just horking something down.
Oh, so he does the grab.
Uh-huh.
And so like with any treat or anything, he will like grab it from you and he might like taste it for a second, drop it, and then re-eat it. And that's why I say like he won't walk and eat at the same time.
Right.
So usually like if I keep him moving, he's going to hold it in his mouth and I could just double back and grab it.
Got it.
But today, like he got a bone and just crunched off a piece and I couldn't even I got the rest of it out.
Yeah.
The best one this week though.
Dude.
I know. That's why it's a segment. Is we all the way up the hill. Usually he likes this one kind
It's
of
a big hill too.
bush.
It's a big hill.
He likes this one bush, and he grabbed something, and I was like, "Oh no, what is that?" And he chomped, he bit through it, and what I got was the end of a pepper. And I went, "Oh, okay." He got the rest of it.
Oh man.
He ate it, and then maybe 10 seconds passed before all of a sudden, butt down, full zoomies. Herp, 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 herp,
Oh
herp.
no.
Oh, was that spicy, bud?
Oh no. You gotta learn. You gotta learn. You gotta learn.
He was uncontrollable
That's funny.
for like 30 seconds, where I got to the point where like I had to just dig my heels into the ground, and he was just circling, yipe, 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 yipe. And I came and I corralled him, held him for a second, pet him until he calmed down,
Oh.
and then just like he was fine. But I was like, he learned a lesson. So that's what he has eaten this week off the street.
Well, I don't feel as bad about this mushroom now. Thanks for sharing that.
No problem. All right, guys. That's been our episode today. Check out Chicken Noodle Floof
Yeah.
on Instagram.
Petty Cash Studios. We're here.
And I've been Mark.
I'm Alex. And
See you guys next week.